Hello. Welcome to Fan Wars, a K-pop podcast.
Yes.
We're using that term podcast very lightly. My name is Shy.
I'm Aloy.
Nice to be here. Welcome to episode 1, which I have titled The Battle of Summer.
The Battle of Summer.
So
It's summer.
And
Oh
it's
my
summer.
God.
Oh my god, crazy. A couple things about us. Obviously, this is episode 1. My name is Shy. My pronouns are they, them. I was trained classically in dance from age 3. I did musical theater in college, and then I started doing K-pop in college. I've done hip-hop dance that isn't K-pop for a few years, and I still do K-pop covers with people like him. Some of my favorite artists, for context, my old group is ATEEZ. I follow 17. Ace, DKB are two smaller groups that I really enjoy. P1 Harmony. One of my first groups was SHINee. I also follow a lot of non-K-pop artists like The Rose and DPR. Yeah. Your turn.
Hi, my name is Aloy. I go by he, him. Let's see. I have been dancing K-pop since college. That's probably how I got into dance. And then over the years that I was doing K-pop, I also did hip-hop dance as well. And then now I dabble into a little bit of like whacking and like feminine energy style hip-hop and everything like that. In terms of K-pop, just always a big fan of girl groups in general. My alt group is Kara. My second alt group is A-Pink. I'm the kind of guy who likes the cutesy stuff. It's cool. You know, just like excited to like listen to all K-pop because I think all groups are great and there's something nice about every single group, and it's nice to see everyone with like a little different personalities here and there.
So, Fan Wars. Why are we called Fan Wars?
We're called Fan Wars because basically what's going to go on is that we're going to pick up a topic to discuss, and then we're going to be handling it from two different angles.
So, I'm a boy group stan.
I'm a girl group stan.
And we're going to fight about it, but in a
No.
way that is respectful to everyone involved.
Maybe.
And every artist involved.
Yeah.
So we're both second, third gen babies.
Yep.
So that's when a lot of fan wars were happening.
Yeah, when did you get into K-pop, by the way? What year did you get into it?
I didn't deep dive. I started listening in 2012, but I didn't deep
Oh.
dive until 2016.
Interesting. Okay.
And it was prime BTS versus EXO
Yes.
fan wars. Is there a fan war that you remember really vividly?
Oh, for sure. Back, like, I got into K-pop in 2009, so that was when there was like a huge fan war between Girls' Generation and 2NE1 in specific, and there was a lot of specific anti-hate towards Girls' Generation in specific, which I thought was kind of crazy. But I mean, fan wars will always exist. I just hope that everybody who likes things respects other people's groups at the same time that they love their own.
Yeah.
You should honestly just love everybody. I think that's the main point here.
Speaking of being respectful and loving all music and all art, a quick disclaimer, this podcast is opinion-based. We are two very opinionated people, and we're here to share those opinions with you. You might not agree with all of those opinions, which is totally fine. But know that, understand that, going in. If you don't agree with our opinion, feel free to respectfully start a conversation in the comments.
We'd love to
Because
hear your opinions.
we would, because we're here to talk about K-pop. And if you guys want to talk about K-pop with us,
Please do.
please do.
Yeah.
So how do you define like K-pop, specifically K-pop summer songs, at least in the term of girl groups?
I feel like summer songs are just such a brand thing for girl groups in general. I feel like it's always like, you know, the kinds of like, generally like brighter kinds of concepts. They're generally filmed in like, you know, beaches. There's a lot of like tropical nature. The songs are usually not taking themselves too seriously. It's like the kind of songs that you would imagine, you know, just like driving down the road while the sun's shining, or just like being by the beach, just something that's like nice to listen to, and just something that's kind of like a super catchy earworm. I'd say like the darker concepts for girl groups and other things, those are usually saved for like a different season, but summer is definitely that time where everybody's out and they just want to listen to something that's like chill and like super fun to just like sing along to.
Well, that's nice, because I can picture exactly what you're talking about for girl groups, but for boy groups,
What
I
is
feel like
it?
it's way more abstract, because people tend to label any fresh, bright concept a summer song for boy groups, and I don't feel like that's the
Interesting.
case. So I tried to be a little bit more specific for boy groups. It's some of it's similar for girl groups, but I think of like super oversaturated music video, like
Oh, for
super
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
super clear imagery about like the sky, and they tend for boy groups it tends to be about love, like sweet love, like cute love. And they tend to be cute, bright songs, but there's a couple more like specifics that I went into when picking boy group, but I felt like it was harder because there aren't as many like fun beachy songs.
So can you explain what we're going to be doing, Shy?
Yes, so Aloy and I, boy group versus girl group, we each picked 3 songs that we think represent either the girl group version of a summer song or the boy group version of a summer song. Different aspects obviously will be highlighted. We'll go more in depth about the songs that we chose. On top of the 3 songs that we did pick, we also picked a +1. I'm someone who loves nougat groups. and tiny groups and small groups. I have several that I bias very, very hard. Um, so we're picking one underrated song that we think not only fit the theme very well, but also deserve more
Better.
attention. Deserve
It
better.
deserved better.
It deserves better, honestly. It does. Mine also deserves better.
So Shy is gonna start with their third choice summer song first.
Hold on, they're not really in order. Okay, I've got my third one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you so excited?
Yeah. What is that? What? Oh, you would actually.
Bloom Bloom by the Boys.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I like. Is there a summer song?
What?
Is it a summer song?
I think so.
Interesting.
That's why I picked it for the episode.
Okay. Okay, it's oversaturated. Very summer. It's very bright for the boys. I mean, I guess because I just think of the Steeler, you know, when I see the boys. It's like this is really like a cute concept for them. Oh man, Kevin. Oh, let's go Q. Q. Oh, I love Q. Not the biggest fan of that orange hair though, but
Aloy always is cute whenever we cover the boys.
it's cute. I'm interested on your thoughts on how you consider this a summer theme because it's quite different from what I define as a summer theme when I was looking at it from the girl group perspective. Because it has a lot of interesting formulas, like there's sports involved. So I'm curious, as opposed to like you were describing, what's the difference between it being a bright concept versus a summer concept?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that the summer comeback for a girl group is very beach.
Yes, very, very
But
true.
it's not that for boy group at all.
Okay.
For boy groups, I consider it much more I consider Bloom Bloom, like watching it and watching the music video, I consider it like the quintessential, like it has every stereotype that I consider for a boy group summer song.
Which are?
It's super oversaturated. It's even got like the fake grass. It says blue skies in the lyrics like at least twice. It's called Bloom Bloom. They're in the cutesy schoolboy outfits, especially throughout their promotion. Because I mean, boy groups, it's summer but vaguely.
It's a little looser.
It's much looser than girl groups because girl groups have to like be on a beach holding a martini in a bikini for it to be like a summer comeback.
Yep, an alcohol-free martini. What was the success of Bloom Bloom?
It was mediocre.
Okay.
So a little more context about Bloom Bloom as a song. You mentioned how bright it was for the boys because you think of the Steeler. This is actually a few years before the Steeler.
It's interesting too
Yeah.
because I think I consider it's Chuton, right? Like the one who's like super sexy or whatever.
Juyeon, yeah.
Like I usually see as like the main center of everything that the boys is doing, but like it looked like I think his name Hyunjae looks like he's the center of this instead. I find that really interesting actually, as if they switched centers.
It's like you're reading my notes.
Is that really what it is?
Okay, so a little bit of context. Obviously, this is before the Steeler, before Road to Kingdom, which is when the boys' big switch in concept happened. This is before that. They were doing things like Right Here was this timeline. They did Dance, Dance, Dance after this song. That was actually in contestant for the third spot, but Bloom Bloom had a much more summery music video, which is why it got beat out.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, at this time, they were really pushing Hyunjae and Hakyeon, the maknae.
Okay, that's true.
Because he was on Produce.
One.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were really pushing them as centers before they made the switch to the sexy concept. Obviously, Juyeon excelled in that area, and he is now the center. For context, Bloom Bloom came out April 28th, 2019. So this is pre-COVID, pre-Road to Kingdom. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
Bloom Bloom by the boys.
Nice.
Okay, pick number 2 is Wave by ATEEZ.
Is that really a summer song?
Yes.
I'm dead. Okay.
It is absolutely a
Is
summer
it
song.
because it's called Wave?
You're going to be shocked, honestly. Because the ATEEZ you know, this is going to be very different.
I just imagine badass with like ATs. So the summer concept I can't really imagine with them. That's interesting. Oh, okay, yeah. There it is. It's the ocean. That's very beachy. Okay, this one I see a lot more significantly as a summer concept as opposed to Bloom Bloom. Okay, yeah, the lyrics are literally about the ocean. That's pretty summery. The dyed hair of green, seafoam green. No one ever does that except in the summer.
Look how good he looks.
Yeah, I know, he looks pretty good, I agree. Wow, that water looks photoshopped. Where was this filmed?
I tried to find it, but I could not.
Because I feel like that's another big concept with like summer concepts. They usually fly out to a beach.
Well, ATEEZ used to travel a lot when they first debuted. Their first 2 music videos were filmed in the Sahara.
Oh, really?
Like their debut.
Damn, and they came from a no-name company? That's really expensive.
I know, they really banked it all on that debut. And
See,
now look.
I think what's interesting to me though is like they're definitely on the beach, but like the clothing they're wearing is so different in comparison to like what the girl group concepts wear. Like, I guess maybe it's just not customary for guy groups to be wearing like legitimate beach clothes for a summer concept.
Yeah, it's a lot of denim for guy group summer songs.
I guess that's fair because it's kind of bright. Oh, who's that? He's cute.
That's Hongjoong.
He's cute.
That was ATEEZ. Can you believe it? Because you only know we did Deja Vu with you, and you didn't do Bouncy with us, but you saw Bouncy.
I don't know that much about ATEEZ. I will say like it wasn't. Well, I guess it's like it wasn't like necessarily like cute or anything, but it's still very much a summer concept and everything like that.
I think you made a good point about the outfits too for boy groups. It's not, girl groups always have like little bikini tops with their
Very
shorts.
straightforward.
But guys, they wear a lot of denim and a lot of like loose fitting like light colored
Yes.
button ups.
Okay, cool.
And that's like classic boy group.
No, I agree.
Or like I said earlier with the boys, they did a lot of their promo in the schoolboy outfits. I feel like they did that a lot. I feel like Astro also used to do that a lot.
No, Astro was a very schoolboy outfit kind of group.
Yeah. Different from what I was talking about. I was talking about how guy groups don't really do beach concepts. It's more like just the bright colors and like the outdoor vibes and like that constitutes as a summer song.
Yes.
But Wave is not that. Wave is very beachy. It's the beachiest of songs, in my opinion. I think it's great.
It's pretty. The lyrics are pretty beachy.
And the song itself is really, really great. So, a couple fun facts. This was actually ATEEZ's first win.
This was their first win.
Yeah.
I don't know why I expected it to be that dance where they were like.
Well, that's what this is after Say My Name.
Oh, really?
And it's actually
That's
really
so,
shocking.
I'm surprised they didn't win for that one.
I
That
know.
one was really good.
It's really full. Say My Name kind of blew up after.
Like
Because
after it was like
ATEEZ
promoted.
didn't really gain momentum until Wonderland.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, Wave by ATEEZ is my pick number 2. Are you ready for my top pick?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't think this is gonna shock you. View by Shiny.
Oh yeah, that's not surprising at all.
It's
Okay,
not
yeah.
surprising at all. This.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get into it after.
Go for the music video. Ugh, gorgeous. Yep, white. That's summery. Minho's sexy. That's also summery.
Oh, that
Taemin.
tank
Ah.
top. The saturation is all the way up.
They're being like robbed though, and that's not very summery, I think. I've never actually watched this music video.
Never.
No, I actually
Lives
haven't.
were changed in that basement.
I think it's funny that they were changing shirts, but they didn't show any part of their bodies.
Oh, we know how rich they are.
Down. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, this is so summer. I feel like this plays less onto the beach concept of summer and more of the, oh, let's just like have fun and do whatever kind of like feeling of just like,
Yeah. And something about that basement, they really succeeded in making them look like they are hot. Like hot as in like sweating.
I
Like it
agree.
does not look cool in that basement. It looks warm in that
This is the summer concept for someone who doesn't live by the beach.
Exactly.
Shout out to all those people who
But
don't
can't
live
you
by a beach.
can't you imagine laying on the beach and listening to this song?
Yes, 100%.
I feel like View is the only true boy group summer song that is iconic. ATEEZ is iconic for like the new generation, but Wave is not their most iconic. Bloom Bloom is far from iconic. I love you, Bloom Bloom. I really do.
And like the summer concepts changed a lot between the generations of K-pop for sure.
Oh, I agree.
It was like a lot more pronounced, I feel like, in Gen 2 as opposed to the other generations.
Well, this actually takes place in the middle of Gen 3. Monsta X had just made their debut literally
wow.
4 days before with Trespass, so
Okay,
a
cool,
completely
cool.
different vibe. Call Me Baby was just ending its promotion period
Damn,
for
Call Me
EXO.
Baby was- that was so long ago.
I know. 17 was about to debut in a couple of weeks, so they had not even debuted yet. And BTS was promoting I Need You. I
That's
know, right?
so different. This concept's so different from everything that you just described, especially like I Need You.
Which
and,
is
like,
crazy because this came at a time when no one was doing
The
this
summer.
kind of concept. They weren't doing the summery vibes. It was kind of more the angsty.
Yes, I agree.
Apart from Call Me Baby, that EXO was on its own thing at the time.
But guy groups were definitely not aiming for the summer concept.
I feel like this honestly really re-sparked it because the other 2 songs that I mentioned were in 2019. The last single before View that Shiny did was Everybody, which I feel like is a complete 180 from
Everybody was
View.
a transformation. That was a transformation in itself too.
That's true. But Everybody had like strobe lights, the sailor outfits, the suits. Like, this is such like a down to earth music video.
Yeah.
It's crazy the 180 that they pulled from Everybody to View. It's also their most streamed song on Spotify with 65 million streams.
That is a shocker to me.
That shocked me too. I thought it'd be Lucifer. I thought it'd be Lucifer.
Lucifer replay, like one of the
No,
more...
it's View.
That's kind of shocking.
All right, you ready to switch over to girl group world?
Okay, cool. I tried to do ones in different time spans. So for my third choice, I picked Promise 9, Stay This Way.
I love Promise 9!
I was like, damn, these girls can do everything. Okay, let's do this. Okay, go for it. Okay.
Oh, wow. They are literally
Boom.
on a beach
Summer.
resort.
It's more obvious
that's
with girl
cute.
groups.
It's very obvious. This is exactly what I picture when I picture, like, girl group summer comeback.
It's what I picture too.
Oh, that's cute. I love Promise 9. They're one of the girl groups that I really, really fuck with.
And I just love that Promise 9, like, they've been around for a long time and didn't have a lot of popularity in the beginning. But, like, around the time that Love Bomb came on, their popularity started increasing.
Oh, I love her. She's so pretty. Oh, I love her. She's my favorite, but I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. Did I tell you that I touched their hands, like a lot of them, at KCON? They were walking by and they were all really short.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Are you feeling the summer?
I'm so feeling the summer. They've got fans going.
It's got all the different
They're laying in the park. Yeah.
It's got the sun, it's got the beach.
They're all in cute little like bikini crop tops. They're on the beach. They've got those little wrap
Literally on the
skirts.
beach.
They all look like little mermaids. Oh, I like her. I know she's one of the really popular ones.
Yeah, but she's not, now she's acting. She's not in the group anymore.
Oh, she's the one that left?
Yeah.
Sad.
Okay, one big part. Okay, do you feel the summer? It's like,
I so feel the summer.
yeah, I think the difference between like girl groups is like girl groups will like slap you in the face with the summer concept. They'll be like summer, 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 summer. Stay This Way is definitely one that I consider it. This one was released in June 2022. I think it had a decent amount of
it's
popularity.
new.
It's pretty new. So I was trying to handle a lot of because oddly enough, like we talked about, even with girl groups, these days like the summer concept isn't happening as straightforwardly as it used to. So it was actually a little bit difficult finding something released in the fourth generation. But this is definitely the contender. It was actually filmed in Saipan, in the Northern Marina Islands, like close to Guam. So that's definitely a huge facet of the girl group.
They have that high money.
Summer I know, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the references, of the song were literally about being in the ocean, playing in the sun, all this Stay This Way, in the summertime and stuff like that. And I think the actual facet for me personally of girl group concepts is like the song is like chill, it's cool, it's refreshing, it's not too hard on the ears. Like the dance is generally a very like easy to follow along, like very chill related dance. It's not usually too crazy. So I just consider like the summer song like concept for girl groups like a gentle breeze that like whisks you continuously, and it's not like as overt as some of the other concepts that girl groups might have, for example, like the darker or the sexier or the girl crush kind of concepts. So I really like the girl group concept because they also the summer concept tends to be cute, and I'm like a huge fan of the cute part of it. Okay, well, so that's Promise 9. Luckily, Stay This Way, I'm pretty sure had some pretty moderate success because these days Promise 9 has a pretty good following.
Good. They deserve it.
My second choice, which really shouldn't be a surprise, is Twice, Dance the Night Away.
I'm surprised it's so low on the list. I thought it'd be number one.
No, my number one is a lot more number one-y. Good representation, though. Twice, Dance the Night Away came out in July 2018, so that was 4 years before this.
I haven't listened to the song in so long.
Sun
I'm
Chips.
so excited. Sun Chips!
Bum, bum,
Very
bum,
summery.
bum, bum, bum.
I can hear it in my head.
Da, da,
Everyone
da.
knew this dance too.
I think that's a huge facet of girl group summer concepts, too. Like, they're
Oh my
so
God, there
catchy.
they are, washed up on the beach
The white.
with perfect makeup, hair completely dry.
Ah, gorgeous.
They are. Wow, I've really not seen this in a long time.
Yeah, right. Doesn't that scream summer?
You and me in the moonlight.
Oh my gosh, look at them building. Look at them working so hard. Cute. Oh my, it's so crazy the difference between
Guy groups and girl groups.
yes,
I know.
like it's
right?
like you said it perfectly when you're like it just slaps you in the face with like it could not be more summer. They're literally on an island.
They're on an island. They're in
They're
Okinawa.
trying. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're trying to pick pineapples and coconuts, and they're about to dance the night away.
Even though it's daytime.
Let's dance the night away. And swim. And swim.
Oh, that's a literal swimming move. I didn't even think about that.
You did it. This is swimming too.
Oh, okay. See, I don't. Wow. So the summer concept is a lot more literal than I gave it credit for.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great example, I think, of how girl group dances for the summer songs differed from their usual. I think even Alcohol Free or oh my god, what was their other More and More. Like the really tropical, not just the mixing of the song, but also the dance moves that they picked were so different from like if you put More and More, which is one of their harder dances, next to like Fancy or Feel Special, I feel like it's night and day, even though it's
Oh, 100%.
obviously the same group. Yeah, I think this is a great example of a summer song in every aspect. Visuals, the actual song itself, choreography, styling.
The girl group summer concept, I think, works pretty well for Twice too, because like I think they started off their roots in being like cute and like girl next door, and I generally think the girl group summer concept works with the girl next door kind of cute, like the cute girl who's like walking down the street being all cute and stuff, you know.
Being all cute.
I will say though that Dance the Night Away I really enjoy, but the one defining feature that I think makes it super distinctive from a lot of other girl group summer concepts is that the dance is actually pretty difficult. And I feel like with a lot of summer concepts, it's just like a lot of hips and it's a lot of like this kind of stuff, like because it's a more of a focus on like the song, like being relaxing or being chill and like that kind of song that you listen to on the beach and stuff like that. So I would actually say that this is a pretty involved dance, and I wouldn't necessarily call it the most difficult Twice dance, but it's definitely one that's quite tiring, quite difficult to do.
A lot of jumping.
Lots of fun though. So that was my second choice. My first choice is
I think I know what it is.
Sistar, Loving You.
It's not Touch My Body?
It's not Touch My Body because I thought it'd be predictable.
It was.
So I feel like
That's what I predicted.
before we get into the conversation, I feel like you can't talk about the summer concept without talking about Sistar.
I love Sister.
I feel like personally they're probably for me like the summer girl group. They had like so many hits with Summertime. It wasn't just Touch My Body, it was also Shake It and I Swear. But Loving You I picked because it was the first summer song they ever did. And I think it was their foray into the summer concept that basically solidified them as the queens of the summer concept.
Oh,
Summer.
this is so iconic, the outfits. I've wanted to
Oh,
do
I would
Shake
totally
It
love to do it.
forever. We have to do Shake
I really
It.
want to do Shady Girl too.
The shortest of shorts.
I think what made it so successful too is it's like the perfect combination of cute and sexy.
Yes,
It's not
the
too
little
cute.
sailor outfits. I completely agree.
But then we're gonna see some hips here, and that's the sexy part. But it's like cutely and sexily done in a tasteful way.
I agree.
To me, like the dance is so iconic for this one because it's so simple yet like refreshing, easy to do, easy to follow along.
So Sistar,
I know, right?
which is so great that you can look at a song and immediately know the group. Be like, yes, that's so them.
And to me, like it's a precursor to Touch My Body.
Ah, I see what you mean.
It's a precursor to I Swear. It's a precursor to like what was the other one? Touch My Body,
Shake
I
It?
Swear, and Shake It. Like, and I think
My
it was,
favorite Sistar song. How could you forget it?
Sorry. Okay, cool.
Oh, he did a backflip. Whoa,
So,
do a flip.
The fun fact about this song is actually that it was filmed in Hawaii.
I was gonna ask you where it was filmed.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about it being filmed in Hawaii was this was when Gen 2 was trying to globalize and K-pop was starting to become international. So there were a lot of music videos. I think it's great nowadays in 4th gen music videos today that there's actually a lot of pretty good diversity in these music videos. It's not just a homogenous group of people. So this was like kind of the foray where, oh, like people who are non-Korean start showing up in these music videos. And like, I think another big example of that is Beast when they released one of their songs and like it was filmed in New York. Like that was generally this is like I think, the beginning of globalization of K-pop, and it shows in the music videos too. I feel like, okay, the summer concept is very much about like, let's travel somewhere else and film there.
Yeah, it really was. But this was also a time, they still do it every now and then, but ATEEZ used to, every single comeback, they would release 2 concept videos of 2 different songs. This is the first time they did it actually with Wave.
Interesting.
They did 2 different songs. They released like a minute and a half of like them performing it, and then the fans got to vote which would be the title track.
Girl, ooh, I actually love when groups did that, because like one of my favorite groups, Kara, did that too, when they were picking like their comeback song, and that ended up being their first win with the song Kara Honey.
Wave was their first win. ATEEZ.
Oh my god, that's so...
ATEEZ and Kara, our 2 favorite
Fan
groups,
voting.
on the same wavelength. Crazy. So, my underrated pick is Take Me Higher by Ace. So Ace is one of my favorite groups. They were my first group that I truly like, alt biased. I feel like they have a good following like here in Chicago, but
The only thing wait, was Ace the group with the short shorts
yes,
on debut? That's
yes,
really the only thing I remember
yes.
about them.
Because I'm a cactus. But they also danced to EDM before anyone else did.
I did notice that, and I did like the short shorts. I thought
But
they were cool.
Take Me Higher is not EDM. It is everything a boy group summer comeback should be, in my
Is
opinion.
the beach there?
No, there's no beach.
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry. It's more it's an Alice in Wonderland theme.
Oh, interesting.
They were also 4 at the time because one of their members, 2 of them went on a survival show and one of them made the final group.
Unit B.
Unit B,
I
yeah.
remember. He did.
Chan was in UNB when this happened. So it's just the 4 of them, but it is an amazing, amazing song. And the dance is really hard. Oh, and what we talked about also with like the denim, like the jeans with the button ups, you are going to see some different outfit choices here because Ace was always kind of the king of mixing up the fashion and being very androgynous with their fashion.
Oh, we love androgyny. Okay. Yeah, this is summer. The hair, the colors. I can't with that green screen. And the awkward smiles, it's kind of, ooh. The tasteful showing off slightly parts of your body. This gives summer energy, for sure. 100%. I actually feel like, to me, this feels the most summery of the choices that you've shown me.
Agree.
Oh, really?
This is the pinnacle of summer songs.
I agree, yeah. It just feels like a summer song.
Or I think mostly it's the styling.
Like the sailor outfit. Oh, I love this dance too. I've never actually listened to it. I actually really like this song. Huh. No, I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a huge fan of this one. So they're known internationally, exclusively.
Pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty well known internationally. Not so much. I mean, I still meet people around like at trade events and stuff who've never even heard of Ace.
It's okay. I think a lot of groups, fly under the radar because there's so many out there, and everyone knows about the big ones, but not the small ones.
Yeah. But as of right now, it has 6.5 million views, which isn't bad. But I mean, by today's standard, it's
Pretty low.
It's not what. Which really does make me sad because, like you said, it's an amazing song.
It's a great song,
Their
yeah.
styling is amazing. They're all super talented. They all dance. There's no dance holes.
They're pretty
not
cute,
an
too.
ace. They're all very cute. They're all all-rounders as well. All of them
Ooh.
dancing and rap.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. People can barely do one.
That's why they're called ace because they're all aces.
Oh, is that
That's actually why they're called
Sorry,
ace.
Okay, my bonus round is 9 Muses Hurt Locker.
I've heard of this.
Oh, you've heard of it? Okay, cool.
I have never heard the song or seen it.
Okay, go for it.
But I know 9 Muses.
I absolutely love 9 Muses. But 9 Muses were called 9 Muses because I think a lot of them were models to begin with. They're generally pretty tall for idols and things like that. So it really played on the fact that they were models.
Okay.
They were a group that just deserved better in general.
Ooh, very bright. Oh, this is way more girl crush than I expected.
Exactly. I think personally they were kind of ahead of their time.
I could see this coming out like 2 years ago.
What's a shame is I feel like this song just came out at the wrong time.
8 years ago?
Yeah, the song came out in 2015, July.
This could have been like an early ITZY song.
100%.
Like I wouldn't see this coming out now, but like 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, absolutely.
Banger,
But
right?
8 years ago?
The one thing I love about 9 Muses too is they just scream woman.
Yeah, they really do.
like confident, strong women. The song is also about being heartbroken and like moving on. Really fits them, I think.
I do really dig this. You consider this summer though? I
do.
find that interesting because it's so different from all your other summer picks.
I agree. I think it breaks the mold. But
So that brings up an interesting point what you were saying about like them being women.
yes. So the thing that I consider, one, I kind of took it literally in the sense that I was only looking at songs that came out in summer. And Hurt Locker actually did come out in the summer in July 2015. It has a lot of the things that you pointed out. It has, for example, like the really oversaturated colors. It's like bright and stuff like that. The song subject and the type of song, Girl Crush, doesn't really fit the summer concept necessarily, but they're actually surrounded by shipping containers in this music video. And this was filmed on a marina.
Ooh, that's
Like
cool.
at some points there's like parts of the music video where like a drone or like some sort of aerial shot is like filming them on top of like 4 shipping containers, and like they're getting kind of that aerial view. So like in my opinion, it's not like, I think you're right in the way I describe a girl group summer concept. It doesn't necessarily fit that mold, but that's what I just believe about Nine Muses in general. I feel like they were ahead of their time. They were just amazing women who, don't get me wrong, Nine Muses had moderate success, but there was actually like a term for groups like Nine Muses, Rainbow, and Del Shabet in the Korean media called Natalen or Nadalen, which basically meant like these groups had all of the facets and all of the traits for success. They were just unlucky. Because Nine Muses is one of these groups that had pretty moderate success. They did pretty well in their run, but they never got a win.
You know what? I find that really interesting, and this might not contribute as much as it is in my brain, but it reminds me of Monsta X, because Monsta X has always gotten like a disproportionate amount of hate, like really weirdly.
Really? Was it?
Because, well, the reason a lot of people cite is that ever since Monsta X debuted, they debuted later in their 20s, all of them.
I see.
The youngest was I.M. I think he was 19 or 20 at the time. But ever since their debuts, their concept, they've always been men. You know, they've never been boys.
Yes.
And they've never allowed, through their concept, to be infantilized. And a lot of people, and that's not
Like
a lot of
that.
groups these days, a lot of people don't like that they weren't able to infantilize them.
So a lot of fans like doing that.
Oh, I think a lot of fans like doing that, especially when you look at groups like Enhypen that did debut that young, or even ZB1. They have like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I definitely think
Like
debuting
these
at a young
days,
age is
I mean,
pretty
they're
crazy.
debuting younger and younger. I mean, you look at TXT, and they're not that anymore. When you go back and watch Crown, like those are boys.
It's
you
interesting
know?
though, because like some things never change, right? Because in Gen 2 that happened for a lot of people as well. Like Taemin, like Jiyoung from Kara, like Sohee from like the Wonder Girls, they all debuted around 14, 15 as well.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just how the K-pop industry is. They always look for the fresh face.
Yeah, it's just when you were saying like, oh yeah, they're women. That's what it makes me think about. But
I see.
people
They never
don't
get
want that.
They never get the love.
Yes, you either have to be super, super young and infantilized and cute,
Yes.
or you have to be that, but also like super, super sexy.
And then
Like you can't be a woman.
You
or
can't be
a
in between.
man.
I agree.
You have to, yeah.
you have to fit the specific mold that people are looking for, and otherwise like you fall under the radar.
Or you have to at least start young, and then maybe you can mature over time, even if you're already like
Yeah, but the
20,
fans want to grow up
21.
with you.
Yeah,
I assume.
exactly.
So I guess that basically concludes our discussion about the summer concept boys versus girls.
Should we pick a winner?
Yeah, I think we have to pick a winner now.
Should we say it on 3?
Yeah, we'll say it on 3.
Ready? One,
One,
two,
two,
three.
three.
Boy
Girls.
groups. No, I'm lying. It's totally
Oh,
girl
okay, cool.
groups.
I was about to be like, I'm gonna fight you.
It's totally girl groups.
The girl group summer concept is like a live salmon slapping you repeatedly in the face while you're holding it.
Exactly. While you drink a margarita on the beach.
That's alcohol free.
That's alcohol free.
Yes.
But yeah, the girl groups win this round, which just means we have to be back for round 2. Because now we need to even the score.
If you have a suggestion for what we should talk about, feel free to throw in a topic and then we can discuss it.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.